Today I'm going to show you how to make a fake barcode in Photoshop for the times when you might need a barcode and you don't have a real one. The first thing we're going to do is go to the Start screen or the File menu and choose New to create a new file. The size of your new file is going to be 300 pixels wide. We're working in pixels today because this is something for web. The height of it is going to be 100 pixels high. So 300 pixels wide by 100 pixels high. I'm going to leave all the other settings exactly the way they are, and I'm going to name my file fake underscore barcode and click OK. Actually, I'm going to call mine fake barcode 1 because I already have one somewhere. So once I click OK, I get a new document with a nice, neat little artboard and the size of 300 by 100 pixels. The tool that I want to use is Single Row Marquee. I can usually find it under my marquee tools, but my tools aren't behaving today. So I will find this under little extras that are in there. So Single Row Marquee is what I want. I'm going to click that. Once I do, I'm going to zoom in a little so you can see what I'm doing. If I click anywhere in the document, it's just going to give me a single row marquee, which is just like a regular marquee, except it's a single row, so it's tiny. You don't need anything bigger to make this work, and in a little while you'll understand why. So to zoom in, I'm hitting Command plus on my keyboard because I like keyboard shortcuts. I'm going to make sure my foreground color is set to black, and I'm just going to grab my paint bucket tool and make sure I click within the marquee. Tricky to get the little arrow in there, which is why I've zoomed in. If I click, it will fill the single row marquee with black. Once I have done that, I'm going to mouse up to the filter menu, scroll down to noise, and add noise. Once the noise panel opens up, I'm going to make sure monochromatic is checked, because if I uncheck it, you'll see why. It turns it into this rainbow thing with CMYK or RGB or whatever color model I had selected. So I want this to be black and white, so I'm going to make sure monochromatic is checked. I'm going to set the amount to anything more than 300. I usually do around 300% or 350 just to get the little blobs of black pixel stuff spaced apart. Once I've got all that set, if I want a better look at it, I can kind of zoom in and it'll show me in the preview window of what it's going to look like. I think that'll work just fine, so I'm going to click OK. Once I've done that, I'm going to go to Edit menu and scroll down to Free Transform, or I can type Command T on my keyboard if I'm feeling like I don't want to mouse up to the menu. Once I do that, there are these nifty little pull handles on my single row marquee, and I can pull down and pull up, and then I have something that looks like a barcode and will work if I need to put in a barcode to a document for speculative purposes before I have the actual barcode.